Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
Recognize the God in
Oh, feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together.
you. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
Yeah, come together.
We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Take a look at the person across the room from you. Say, God loves you and I love you too.
God loves you and I love
Oh, feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come
you too.
together.
We come together.
We come together. In the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come
We
together.
come together.
We come together.
We come together
In the name of love. From every walk of life.
From every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
In kinship we unite. Whoa, honoring the God in each other. Now you can get your binoculars out and get real far across the room now. Take a look at the person way across the room from you. Say, namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste. I bow
Oh, feel the love in the sanctuary.
to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Oh, lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together.
We come together.
We come
We come
together. In the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come
We come
together.
together.
Come together.
We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come
We come
together.
together.
We come
We come together.
together.
In the name of
Oh,
love.
we come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together in the name of love.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good morning. Great to see a few happy faces here as we start to come together in community in this way. And of course, hello to everyone who's joining us in community virtually. Happy Independence Day weekend. I hope everyone had a safe and wonderful holiday weekend. I exercised my right to eat way too much potato salad. Might be regretting that right today, but it was all good. So welcome. We are happy that you're here, and also we're happy that we still get to celebrate important events with you, even through this time of distancing. So, as we do on the first Sunday of every month, we want to celebrate anyone who has a special event, a birthday, an anniversary. Go ahead, if you're watching us virtually, just message us below that it's your special day so that we can honor you with this song. If you feel like it, go ahead and stand and allow us to celebrate you.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others, let others do for you. May you build your ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
All right. So before we get started with our amazing service today, we just have a few announcements. We want to let everybody know that this Saturday we're having our food drive for our little pantry here. So you can drive through. We'll be taking care for social distancing requirements, and you can drop off money, you can drop off food, and again, it'll support that little free pantry that we have. We also still need a few helpers, so there's a Sign Up Genius. You can go and also just contact the office, and they can help you out if you'd like to help us out with that food drive. And then also, we are going to be getting back with some of our classes. And so the Health and Wholeness class is going to be beginning starting Wednesday, July 15th. There'll be a morning one and an evening one as always. In person, we're going to have 10 people. So if you want to be a part of this, we're definitely limiting it to, again, really respect those social distancing guidelines and keeping wellness for us all. But also you can join via Zoom. So either way, you can really join in this great class. Just go ahead and, again, contact the office so that you can join us in that. And we still have things going on, as you can hear. So be in the know. If you're not already following us on Facebook, like and follow us on Facebook. Also stay up to date with our weekly email blast. If you're not on that, just contact Vicki in the office, and we'll be sure to keep you up to date because we are still alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic at a Unity of Omaha. So we can stay connected. We're also doing our Zoom chats after service. So go ahead and you'll see that link in the bottom of the comments. Log on and we can see those friendly Unity faces that we miss so much. So that'll be there. And we also are holding each other in prayer during this time, just like before. So go ahead and email prayer@unityomaha.org, and those prayer requests will go towards our chaplains, and they'll hold you in prayer as they always do. And of course, you can continue to support Unity of Omaha and all the amazing things we continue to do as we hold this space for ourselves and also co-creating a world that works for all. So you can support us online. There's lots of different ways with those donations as well. Check it out. And with Health and Wholeness, with that class coming up, we definitely want to espouse that and affirm that, and we are doing that through our actions. We also have the masks that we have available just for cost, and you can, again, contact the office for that. So, announcements aside, now we're going to get here for what we came for, right? We're going to hold that vision, that mission of why Unity of Omaha is here each and every day. So this vision, I invite you to affirm with me out loud because it truly is a prayer, right? So please join me. In oneness with universal energy, we celebrate a world united in divine love. Yes. And how we're going to get there? We're going to get there by living the truth we know, and we do that through our mission. And repeat this with me as well. We raise vibrational consciousness through creative teachings, positive prayer, and a nurturing community. Yes, we do. And speaking of prayer, we are going to start our day with prayer today. And so I invite you to take a moment to just breathe in and breathe out any worries. Lower your gaze or close your eyes as you feel comfortable. For we're going to start this day in gratitude. Gratitude for the many freedoms that we are blessed to experience. And we hold the vision that the citizens of the world will soon enjoy all of those freedoms and more, so that they may freely be who they came here to be. And it is also on this weekend of our Independence Day that we are reminded of those powerful words, that powerful affirmation. It is a vision unto itself. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. But it was not writing those words on paper that called it into truth. For a divine truth, a capital T truth, can never be anything but. It always is, always was, and forever will be. We are all equal. And our divine truth takes it a step even further. Not only are we all equal, we are all created equally connected. And it is this truth we call forth now. I am no less connected to you then you are no less connected to her. And despite differences, she is no less connected to him. We are no less connected to them. And taking that divine truth to its highest level, we are not only connected, we are one. Yes, we are beautifully unique, individual expressions of the divine on earth, but that is a temporary truth. Our highest truth is that we are one. So today I affirm, I will do my best to not just say, to not just write down on paper, to not just declare. I will live the capital T truth I know. We are equal. We are connected. And we are one. And so it is. Amen.
So we're going to ask all of you to stand for our spirit song, Life is Magic.
And the word of inspiration comes from me. This month, our word is, I play in the zone. And when my son was in 9th grade, he was asked to join the high school dive team. At that time, I remember seeing Jay in a pool where when he was in preschool. He was terrified, screaming and crying, hanging on to that swim teacher. I immediately took him out of swim class because I didn't want him to be traumatized. However, every single summer he asked for a swim pass, which I gladly and happily gave to him. Over the summers, he taught himself how to swim and how to dive. Many years later, when I was driving him home from college one time, I asked him how he overcame his fear of water. He looked at me and said, "I'm still terrified of water. I just trained myself to go into a hyper-focused state where everything goes into slow motion. When I went into this space, all the fear dropped away and I became the dive." I asked him how he knew it when he was in that place of focused attention. He smiled and said, "You just know, you just feel it." I realized in talking to my son that when we learn to get into the zone, we are powerful, creative, and purposeful. We can all get into this place with practice, focus, and intention. Many blessings.
Gonna be the first on the dance floor, the first to raise my hand, the first to state my opinion, the first to take a stand. I won't play it safe, then wait for a sign. I'm gonna throw myself out there and let my light shine. Let it shine, let it shine. I'll let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. Woo! I'll be on Oprah and Conan, 60 Minutes and The View. They'll all be talking about me and all the things I do. I'll be the one who sets the bar, the one who's in the know. Vogue will come to me to see where fashion trends will go. 'Cause I shine, yes I shine. I'll let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. For too many years I've hidden my light, fearing I was too much and who I was just wasn't right. Then I heard this voice from within and up above, saying you're here to be a shining light and give and receive love. So I'm going for my dreams, nothing's in my way. Carpe diem is my mantra, I practice kindness every day. I take time to connect, I take time to have fun. I wanna know I've used up every drop before my life is done. So I shine, yes I shine. I'll let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. Too many years I've hidden my light, fearing I was too much and who I was just wasn't right. Then I heard this voice from within and up above, saying you're here to be a shining light and give and receive love. Give and receive love. I am a woman of power, a woman of grace. The life that I live in every wrinkle on my face, and I love myself so I can love you too. And I know when we're connected there ain't nothing we can't do. So let's shine, let's all shine. Let's let our big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. I see you shine, shine, you shine, shine. I see your big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. Watch me shine, oh I shine. I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine.
Everybody,
Shine, let's all shine. Let's let our big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine.
I caught myself watching to see if Doc was going to talk about being that woman of power. So thank you for connecting with your feminine side, Doc. Oh, don't we need a little laughter? Isn't that a great thing to have an opportunity to have that? Oh. So welcome. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad there are a few of us here in the room. If the being in the room with us is something that you have a heart's desire to do, please email me, Becky@unityomaha.org, and let me know that your desire, and I'll send you back a date when it's okay for you to come. Because we are limiting the number of people so that we can be safe. You know, Nebraska's doing an okay job, and we want to continue that. Okay? So, it's been an interesting weekend. I have 2 dogs that are extremely fearful of loud booms. As I was sitting yesterday late in the evening, well, it wasn't even that late, it was before dark. I'm sitting on the sofa, and my spot on the sofa was getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And if you don't think that 2 little Shelties have power to put you in the corner, they can do that because they were like, and a loud one would go off, and the smallest one would be like, Mom. It's like, be still. It's okay. Be still. And you know, that's actually something that I want to say to us as a race, the human race. Be still. Be still and know that we have that power within us to move beyond this, beyond everything that 2020 has seen fit to dump on us. And you know, the more I think about 2020, the more I think about that vision, that 2020 vision, what I'm understanding is that 2020 is opening us up to having the vision of everything that needs to be healed in our lives. It's time that we get our heads out of the sand and start to see and know those things that are around us and that are inside of us that need to be healed. So I encourage you to sign up for Brenda's class for next week. Next week? Yeah. Not this week coming, but the next week on healing and wholeness, because it's always a step, because it's more than just our physical bodies. So we are in a new month, and in this new month, we are talking about play. And our affirmation is, I play in the zone, free and unlimited. And this morning, I'm talking about freedom to be. And that is a pretty loaded statement right now. But I really do want to look at playing in the zone. And we may go, play in the zone? What? What's she talking about? What zone? There's all kinds of zones. Yeah. You know, half the time I feel like we're in the twilight zone right now. How about you? Isn't that a possibility? Don't we kind of feel like, really? Am I ever going to wake up? What's going on? But honestly, when we talk about playing in the zone, we're talking about getting in that zone of divine connection. In that zone of divine connection. So the zone, if you talk to psychologists and you talk to people in sports and different things like that, they'll tell you that this zone is tunnel vision. It's a phenomenon that is reported by athletes, creatives, psychologists, alike as the hyper-focused, sometimes spiritual state of mind where anything is possible. Pay attention to that last part, where anything is possible. Anything. It is where we become our most productive, creative, and powerful selves. So can you imagine the zone that we must have been in for the last 100 years? Because we've created some interesting crap, haven't we? And that's exactly what it is. So it's time for us to get out the shovels and to move into a different zone. To come into a place, that's right, Demora's over here. And she's got, I think we could get out the bulldozers half the time, in all honesty. A shovel may not even be enough. But it's important that we recognize that it may not be my individual consciousness, but it's our collective consciousness that creates the reality that we have as a collective community. So one of the things I want to talk about today is one of Unity's trilogies. Now, Unity has a lot of trilogies, but the one I want to focus on today is mind, idea, expression. Because when we are truly in the zone is when we are most powerful at our ability to manifest. We manifest all the time. Believe me, we manifest all the time. When we're spewing hatred, what are we manifesting? Hatred. When we're spewing jealousy, what are we manifesting? Jealousy. When we're spewing greed, what are we manifesting? Greed. When we're spewing love, what are we manifesting? Love. And I encourage us to create the tipping point. But we have to be conscious about what it is that we're doing. We have to stay aware. We have to stay focused. We have to be awake to our own, not only words, but thoughts. Because everything begins at that level of thought. Everything begins at that level. Charles Fillmore, one of our co-founders, said, all manifestations in our world is the result of the ideas. Now, those ideas, hopefully, are going to be based in divine mind, that capital M mind. Of the ideas that we are holding in mind, and that is holding in our little humanness minds, our little M minds, and are expressing. So that statement altogether is all manifestations in our world is the result of ideas that we are holding in mind and expressing. Have you ever known somebody who it was like if a thought came into their head, it came out of their mouth? I think we all have. And sometimes you just want to go, shh, stop, stop. You're digging deep holes that you don't want to fall into. And even when we are mindful of the words that come out of our mouths, sometimes we need to go, sorry about that. But maybe that worked for impact. How about that? We need to just shut up. But it's not only this that we need to hush, is it? We need to hush a lot of this. Because really, to me, when we are spewing out from here and it's coming from here, chances are it's going to get us in trouble. Because what I know for me, when I'm truly in the zone, my being in the zone is coming from this area. I can't think myself into the zone. I have to feel myself into the zone. Now, as powerful as this organ is that we call the brain, what I know is the brain doesn't feel emotions. The brain has a tendency to magnify things, but the brain isn't where the root of our emotions lives. It's really right here. And so, as we feel ourselves into expression and allow ourselves to go heart first into divine connection, we are entering into the zone where we want to live. Because I promise you, if we're in that twilight zone, we're going to keep getting what we've been getting here lately. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready to move on. Whether it be jump in a spaceship or go into a deep meditation and wake up to a different reality in this presence, I'm ready. I'm ready for us to be in community again. I'm not going to say that I'm ready for things to get back to normal, because going back to the way things were is not going to solve anything. But I'm ready for us to create, to manifest something new that is really here for all of us to be in community and harmony with each other. So Charles Fillmore said one other thing. He said, we mold omnipresent substance with our mind and make from it all the things that our minds conceive. Wow. We mold omnipresent substance. That means everything that's out there is capable of being molded. Okay? Everywhere present. With our mind, okay? When we are in harmony with capital M mind, we are then able to make form in that which we desire. If we conceive lack and poverty, guess what? We mold that. If we visualize with a bountiful eye, we mold plenty from the ever-present substance. So when we talk about playing in the field, see, I love playing in the field because at a very young age, I learned without ever being told, I learned that I had power. I learned that if I really focused and got engaged in it, that I could create it. You know, maybe that was a product of being raised. My brother was 15 years older than I, so therefore, by the time I was 4.5, I was already an aunt. He was out of the house, married, had children. So I was basically raised as an only child. And I grew up at this point in my life, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. So all winter long, other than going to school, I was pretty much in the house alone. Well, my mom was there. But as far as me playing, my greatest playmate was my imagination. And that's where it's vital for us. If we don't practice, if we don't exercise our imagination, then we are limiting our abilities to create. Because what I understand from the Unity teachings, what I understand from my own life experience is, if I can imagine it, I can image it, I can create it. Now, what if we were to image peace and harmony? What if we were to image true equality? What if we were to image the fact that every human being was honored with love and dignity and respect? That's almost hard to fathom, isn't it? It's almost hard to image that because we have not experienced it for most of our lives or for any of our lives. Because unfortunately, as human beings, we are very dualistic in nature. And we always see something different. Now, it's part of who we are because we work in contrast. We work in black and white, up and down, in and out. And unfortunately, through lives, and I've had friends like this, and I look and I go, oh, wow. I wonder how that happened. Because I've had friends where they had to get involved with people who were morally different than them. And the whole piece about that was they had to get involved with those individuals so that they could feel superior. We've all known people like that. We've all known people like that. And it's like, why? And then so many times I've had friends who would let go of their values in order to accommodate someone else. We can see and be equal to all without letting go of any values. We can see and be equal to all without looking down our noses at anybody. We are at a time in our lives where we need to come together and be active on the playground of consciousness. Be active in that energy of divine flow and recognize that there is nobody. There never has been anybody and never will be anybody that does not have the same capacity and capabilities as we do. The playground of unlimited potential is there for all of us. Do you have any desire to play? Do you have any desire to be active? To pull out your toys? To pull out your skills? To pull out your ideas? Oh man, let's create. You could start, usually. So here's the first thing that people who get involved with unity or with the power of manifestation, this is the first step. This is when you know that you're beginning, but this is just the beginning step. Oh, look, I created a parking place right by the front door. And you laugh because you've done it. I'm a master at manifestation. I created the perfect parking place, or as Vicki says, rock star parking. We've all done it. We will all continue to do it because, for me, when that happens and I pull in and there's a parking place right there and it's just going, come on, Becky, here I am. I recognize that as a reminder to me of the power, a reminder to me that I have the capacity. If I can create a parking place, there's no limit to what I can create. And think about what would happen if we joined together in collectively creating. Because I know I'm powerful, but when I join together with a group of other powerful beings that share the same vision and focus, there's nothing that can stop us. And so I encourage everyone to wake up, to tap in, to connect into that playpen, into that field, into whatever you want to call it, the playground, and bring forth that ideal and the actions and the thoughts and the words to create an experience that you would like to see in your life and in the lives of all those around you. So being an active, easy for me to say, being an active participant in the playground of your mind is better than being lost in space. Because half the time I think that's where our culture is, lost in space. I've talked before about being lost in our minds. Yep, that's true. But be an active participant in the playground of our mind, in the playground of love, in the playground of divine energy. So once again, I remind you, our affirmation is, I play in the zone free and unrestrained. Because in that zone of consciousness, there are no limitations. The only ones that are there are the ones that you self-impose. So be free, play, have fun, exercise your ability to manifest. And I encourage you to make a world that is compassionate and loving part of your manifestation work. So next week, we're going to talk about let the games begin. Isn't it time? So would you join me? And Ken, if you will be so gracious as to accompany me during this. We're going to do a time of meditation. And in this time, I invite you to go deep within. Deep within to know. And to feel and experience the freedom to create. The freedom to breathe into the truth of who you are. With each breath, with each breath, we come closer to that ethereal field of creative consciousness. and we allow ourselves to feel the feelings of love. Feel the feelings of joy, the giddiness that comes when we are excited with joy. Oh, and in that energy, as we create so much faster. Feel peace. And let peace explode around you. Let peace flow through every cell of your being as we embrace harmony. As we embrace compassion. For it is in this place of divine connection, as we consciously connect with universal energy, with each other in the spirit. And as we do, we join together, heart to heart, with the intention of creating a zone of prosperity, of harmony and love, of equality, of acceptance. I feel us being present in that place. I feel us being present and connected with divine source. What a joyful place to be. And while we are in this place, I ask you to commit to being an active participant. To be an active participant of consciously creating the world. Of letting love be your guide. And letting joy be your driving force. Move into a few moments of silence to allow your beingness to fully engage in this presence, in this place. And in this moment, I encourage you to share, to move out from within your own being and reach out from the heart space and connect and send that energy of love, peace, and harmony out into the world. And I encourage you to do this multiple times a day, for this is what we need right now. We need to make manifest that base point of love. And as we join together and come back into this time, into this space, into the now, we do so through the divine presence and through that power which lifts us and guides us. And so it is. Amen. Oh, so thank you. Thank you so much. And this is the time, and I'm going to invite the music team to come back with us on stage, because this is the time when we would typically, when we're here present in service, that we would typically have our sacred walk of abundance. And those of you that are here, we have a goblet outside the door. If you are so guided to give, we invite you to leave your tithe gift offering at the door as you go out. And we know that the whole idea behind this is that divine flow of giving and receiving. For as we are blessed, we give in that same energy. And so I invite you to speak the affirmation with me. And I'm not sure if the one that's going to be showing up on the TV screen is the same or not, because I'm not sure it got changed. If not, then just listen. I center in the knowing of abundance, and in that knowing, blessings flow in and through me. You know, it's great to have blessings, but if they stop and they get stuck right here, then we're only doing half of our job. So for that, we want them to flow through us and out into the world. Blessings.
Than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. And the songs of all my great-grandmothers and the dreams of all my great-grandfathers and the will to rise beyond the pain, oh live, oh live, oh live in me. The land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. And the smiles of all the unborn children and the dream of a better day to come, and a dance of heaven with the earth, all live, oh live, oh live in me. The land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will be, I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have been, I am more than I will In the land of I am. In the land of I am. More than I have been. I am. More than I will be. I am. All that I am. In the land of I am. In the land of I am. I am. More than I have been. I am. More than I will be. I am. All that I am. Been lied to and disgraced, abused and displaced, been lied to and disgraced, abused and displaced, been lied to. The lies can be seen through the land. You can't fall from grace in the land. You cannot be hurt in the land. There's more than enough in the land. Always at home. Always at home. Always at home. Always at home. More than I have been. I am. More than I will be. I am. All that I am. In the land of I am. In the land of I am. I am. More than I have been. More than I have been. I am more than I am. I am. More than I have been. I am. More than I will be. I am. All that I am. In the land of I am. More than I have been. I am more than I have been. I am all that I am.
Okay, and I understand we had some audio issues during the meditation part for those that are live streaming. So those of you that are in the room got the full thing. Those of you that didn't, I'm sure that Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies was very enlightening and supporting to you. So we do apologize for any technical issues. So I drew us an affirmation for this morning out of this, because that's part of what we do. As the giving goes on, then we also invite people to take an affirmation. So those of you that are at home, and you can go to our website, unityomaha.org, scroll down to the donate button, and right there is where you can do your donations online. Unlimited good expresses through my life now. Now, isn't that perfect? And we know we all have that capacity for that unlimited good, don't we? Yes. So unlimited good expresses through my life now, and I am free to play, free and unrestrained. So, if you will, join me as we close and we do our blessings for all that is. Don't forget to be with us on Saturday. Either come and work with us as we collect food for our little pantry, or at least come and drive through and bring foods or a donation to help support the little free pantry. We are seeing great use of that pantry right now, and it's important that people have grown to depend on us to help supplement their food and to make sure that they don't go hungry. So we encourage you to be part. So Saturday morning from 8 to 2, come drive through. We'll be here, masked and gloved and ready to take those gifts that you bring to share with our community. And so all of you that are in this space, and we invite you to join together as we say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me.
I am that love.
The power of God protects me.
I am that power.
The presence of God watches over me.
I am that presence.
Wherever God is, I am, and all is well. Have a blessed and safe week. We'll see you right back here.
Beautiful, for spacious skies,
beautiful for pilgrims' feet who stirred in passion's race, a thoroughfare for freedom's beat across the wilderness.
For heroes prove liberating strive, who more than self their country love and mercy more than life. Oh, America, sweet America, God mend thine every flaw, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine.
Oh, beautiful for patriot dreams that sees me